Hello everyone. Today I am going to explain about apoptosis or programmed cell death. What is apoptosis and why we require a cell to die naturally? It is a process when the cell go through itself and kill itself. It is defined as the natural or programmed cell death under the genetic control. It is of utmost significance. It firstly helps in the cellular homeostasis, secondly for growth and development, and thirdly to remove the damaged cell. For growth and development, example is of a metamorphosis of frog. In the case of frog, during the developmental process, the tadpole loses its tail by apoptosis and undergoes metamorphosis to change itself into frog. The second example is of vertebrates. During the embryonic development, fingers and toes are in the form of web. So, by the process of apoptosis, the cells in the middle are lost and well demarcated fingers and toes are formed. This is during the embryonic development of the fetus. Thirdly, to remove the damaged cell. When a cell gets infected by bacteria and viruses, it is essential to the cell to die so that the infection doesn't spread to other cells. As we know, cells can sense its environment. It can sense what is going on inside as well as outside. And in that environment, when it reacts to kill itself, that is known as apoptosis. So now, once we know about the basic thing of apoptosis, now let's talk about how the apoptosis takes place. There is a cell signaling pathway, extrinsic pathway and intrinsic pathway. As the name suggests, in the extrinsic pathway, signaling process starts from outside of the cell. And in intrinsic pathway, the signaling process starts from inside of the cell, and mitochondria plays major role in this. Ultimately, the two pathways leads to the formation of caspase 3. It is a protein or a death protein. The presence of caspase 3 in a cell is the sign of death of the cell. This caspase 3 activates the proteoses and nucleases. The proteases will break down the protein and nucleases will break down the nucleic acids. As the result of breaking down of proteins and nucleic acids, the cell will degenerate. A normal cell has the formation of blebs. Blebs is nothing but the formation or the bulging over the cell. Due to the formation of blebs, there is breakdown of the cell and this forms the debris. The debris has to be phagocytosed and this will be done by the macrophagous cells, and this is known as the disintegration of the cells. In the extrinsic pathway, the death receptor ligands initiate the process of apoptosis. Example, the FAS ligand will attach to the receptor of the cell and helps in the formation of disc. Disc is the short form of death-inducing stimulating complex. And this activates the caspase 8. Caspase 8 will in turn activate the caspase 3 and so on and so forth. The disintegration of the cell takes place. Coming to the intrinsic pathway, as I said, the mitochondria plays a major role. It activates by caspases, cytochrome C and SMAC. SMAC is nothing but the second mitochondria derived activator of caspases. The cytochrome and SMAC lies inside the mitochondrial matrix. It comes out and mainly the SMAC combines with the AIF. AIF is nothing but the apoptotic inhibiting factor. These both as a whole forms the apoptotic complex or apoptosome. This activates the caspase 3, the death protein, and so on and so forth. The disintegration of the cell takes place. Coming to the apoptotic process. Due to the stimuli, the cytochrome C and SMAC inside the matrix of the mitochondria comes out of the matrix, and the SMAC, that is the second mitochondrial activator of caspase, will combine with the apoptotic inhibiting factor and forms the apoptosome. This apoptosome will activate the caspases, and this results in the digestion of cytoskeleton inside the cell. Hence, the cell shrinks and the contact with neighboring cell is lost, and there is degeneration of chromatin threads and nuclear membrane discontinues. Due to this, the degeneration of DNA will occur and cell membrane breaks. Hence, the phagocytosis of the apoptotic bodies takes place. This is the process of apoptosis, and this happens only when the cell senses its inside and outside environment and it reacts to kill itself. So, this results in the apoptosis. Thank you.